Hi, and welcome to the Art Ideas section of our Notion template. Here is the first step in taking inspiration to idea and moving along to an in-progress piece, and then sorting these pieces into bodies of work, into shows and exhibitions, and generally managing your portfolio. So before we started off in the ideas and inspiration, which was similar to a Pinterest board where we collect images and things that inspire us. Now we come to the first section where we have a database with a Kanban board. Kanban boards are a traditional way of sorting workflows and ideas, where you start in one status and you move it across. For these art pieces, all of these spaces from art ideas to portfolio are all the same database. That means what you do to this card will be affected in the other cards. And when you move its status, it'll move itself along these different pages and sections to grow and evolve and move from these different sorted areas. So when you first have an idea, we come down and we press this button called New Page. So here I recommend we open it up, and I want to make sure we click on this template Art Title. Art title is where we can first, put our title of, say I'm thinking of a portrait of my friend Mark, or we could even say like a guy, and cool blue greens. And so here we can go up and we can look at what is on this card. So in Notion, we basically have properties, which are different kind of tags and elements in a database. And then we have the static information kind of unique to each card. And we will go into more details about what these properties do and how you can manage them. But just to start off, we want to scroll down and start writing our idea. The idea of the art idea spaces is to be kind of a digital sketchbook. It's the first stage in making a piece, and the same card will move and grow and evolve with you. So in other sections, we might make new cards for pieces we've started in the studio and didn't need to sketch out, or existing works that we want to start documenting and managing and looking at. So we won't always need the same structure of art ideas. And so this idea of different needs was the reason why we incorporated buttons here. So say we've already named it, we want to do a portrait of Mark. My first initial idea is a portrait of Mark. I'm really interested in using a green palette, and I have been inspired by green and its texture and emotional impact in different media. Here we can tag the green pieces, inspiration and references, and we can easily access it and keep our reference board connected here with the simple use of an app. Then, if we're in the sketchbook and the ideation phase of it, we can press the idea button. Later, if we are ready for the studio button, we can add it. And all these do is they add kind of the structure and this text on the page. The reason we did buttons instead of having this already be on the card is we didn't want to have it be such a cluttered or disorganized space. We wanted you to choose what kind of information you have on here without having to manually put it in yourself. So say we have an idea of wanting to do a portrait of Mark. This works great as, an initial idea, a portrait of Mark. Say we have other ideas like landscape with cats. I have a very kind of jumping around space. So you can, write your initial idea, turn it into a Kanban card to start growing the idea, and then I'm going to still use the portrait of Mark as a way to kind of keep growing the idea. So just like we had the ideas of inspiration, you can pull over specific reference images, ideas, or kind of pull down very specific inspirations that you want here. And then you can answer these questions. They're all pull down toggles. So these are ways you can reflect and think about an idea, know more about its inspiration, how it would manifest in a piece, what that process would require. And so that way you can get ready from taking an idea to something that's really ready to be an art piece. So once you're comfortable with this initial idea, you can either manually change the status here, or what we really like as visual artists, is to be able to move it from idea to ready to start. Whenever you get to the point of having an initial sketch or have taken some in-progress photos, you can upload it here by uploading it or linking it. For now, as this is just a demo, I'm going to use this Met Museum art piece and call it a portrait of Mark. So again, the idea is to create your initial ideas here, have a place to store them, and then be able to start moving them over and adding more detail and information and updating different properties to evolve from an initial art idea all the way to a piece managed in your portfolio. The nice thing to remember too is this works as, mobile. So you can use this as a digital sketchbook, a place to jot down ideas, take inspiration photos. And for some of us, we still might find we prefer original sketchbooks. We prefer writing. So that's where you can also take screenshots and scans and photos of any text or sketch drawings you do and upload them here and have it all stored in one digitally accessible space. We're not always with our sketchbook. We're not always near our studio. So having a digital copy can be a great way to expand on our ideas, but also share and ask for critique and collaborate with other artists.